All right. Well, thanks everyone for joining. This is our second weekly webinar. Today we're going to be talking about mobile app features designed specifically for bakeries. And yeah, I'm Tomer Malavinsky. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Diem. And yeah, excited to get started. Oops. So in terms of our agenda today, we'll talk about our Build a Box feature. That's a new feature we just launched. Out of stock features as they're supported from Square and in Per Diem themselves. Category schedules and prep times. Subscriptions, buy one, get one free discounts. Delivery, both in-house delivery and third-party delivery through DoorDash, promoting seasonal items, and then we'll have a Q&A, and then we'll do a quick demo of all those features. Also, if you have questions before the Q&A, feel free to chime in and ask away. Cool. So hopping right into it, just a quick stat for everyone. This is from Duncan. And this is something that we've seen consistently on our side too, even higher than that 15% total. How, once you launch an app, it really does become, the method of choice for especially like your most, loyal customers. And so Duncan reported 15%. We've seen 25% of total sales going through the app within 4 or 5 months of certain locations. Obviously, that's dependent on, the type of business you have, but nonetheless, this is a consistent trend we've seen as people, are used to better experiences and they sort of gravitate towards mobile. And so jumping into the Build a Box feature, so this is something we launched recently where essentially you're able to add a item on Square, and then we'll have that item on our side. You can add modifiers to that item. So let's say it's a cookie box and you want to make it a 6-pack or a cupcake box, obviously. So what you'd be able to do is you create the modifiers, and then on Per Diem's side, you're going to edit the item. And then once in the edit, you can edit the modifiers and you can put a quantity on the modifiers. So you could say, hey, there's up to 6. And then when somebody taps on, they want a vanilla cupcake, a chocolate cupcake, whatever, what have you, they're going to get that little pop-up where they can add however many they want of each flavor. And then, the way it's set up in Per Diem is basically it'll cap the amount of total cupcakes or cookies or whatever the box is for. And so yeah, it's pretty easy to set up, and obviously features like these where you can really upsell are what help other, bigger brands, big national brands. But this is how you really increase your average order value. So you can see Krispy Kreme, I think we see these things consistently across the board as higher average order value within an app. Also more order frequency, higher order frequency. But features like these really enable that type of, bring it to life. So cool. I'll continue on. In terms of some of our out-of-stock features, we do support all the Square out-of-stock. So whether that you're going on account for a certain item or something's just, it's out of stock. So it'll be marked as such in the app and people won't be able to purchase it. But what we've created on Per Diem's side, because although you can in Square set kind of a timer on your out of stock, sometimes you don't want to do that. So our out of stock feature, you can go in on a certain item. Let's say you have baguettes or a certain type of cupcake and it's out for just today. And you still want to pre-sell it for the next day. Then you can set it as same day out of stock, and you can see a little down here, you can see how that would look. The cool thing is we've added on top of this where you can get notified when it's back in stock, which is a nice little feature. And then on top of that, if you have multiple locations, we'll let you know if it's available at another location. So obviously here with Chip City, you can see how that would be relevant. They have 30 locations in New York. But you can do that. And with delivery, that's especially It's one thing if the store is right down the street from me and then I'm not going to go across town, but if I can get it delivered through DoorDash and just order it through the other store, then that's great. Um, and so that's kind of a lot of new functionality that we've added recently that we think bakeries can especially take advantage of. Um, Category schedules and prep times. So, I think one of the nice aspects of the app as well, one of those benefits is the fact that, um, you know, people aren't waiting in line, reduction in wait times, obviously customer satisfaction goes up as a result. So a big part of that is making sure that to the extent possible that when things aren't available, you set that up in the app. And so that's really easy to do. Let's say, for simplicity's sake, you have a breakfast category. You can make that available from 8 to 11 every day, assuming you serve breakfast from 8 to 11. Um, and basically and any other time that when it isn't between 8 and 11, it'll just show up as not available. And so we can see, and so that's how the category schedules work. And the prep times work in a similar fashion. And prep times, I should say, are also um, when we say prep times, basically we can assign a prep time to a certain category. So whether you have a special type of there is a baked good that takes longer for you to prepare, or there's a special type of sandwich that you need to prepare. So let's say your regular prep times are 10 to 15 minutes, and then you can set custom prep times on a certain category for 20, 25 minutes. In addition to that, you can use the prep times as also a sort of cutoff time. So let's say you do have a special product that you need at least 24 hours to prepare. You can still set that up in the app. And then basically you would set that category as having a prep time of like 24 hours, which would essentially act as a cutoff time. Um, all right. So subscriptions, this is popularized a lot by Panera. And so what we've made available is the ability for you to set up your own subscription program. Panera does lead with drinks, but I think the big part of it is you get a free drink every couple of hours. Today, a lot of bakeries do have coffee. So if this is applicable to you, this would make sense. You get a free drink every couple of hours. And then obviously, as you're coming in for that cup of coffee, well, that croissant looks really nice. And then you can also offer discounts on croissants. So the experience in the app is really as I check out with those features that are available in the subscription, I either get 100% discount if it's like you're doing a coffee subscription, but on top of that, you can give discounts on different pastries, on whatever you'd like. And so that's another thing although it's not directly a bakery thing, it can be really coffee shops and what have you, but it's something that obviously Panera uses and other bakeries to great success. Buy one, get one free discount. So you can see here, these can be set up as well on Square. So in Square, you have the ability to set up category discounts. You can see here, Chip City has set up a buy 5, get 1 free. And so the way that's going to work is when I add 6 of a certain cookie, it'll just the subtotal itself. You'll see what the promo is right there. You'll see what my discount is. And so that'll be just baked into the experience. All that setup happens on the Square side. So, you can set up a buy one, get one free on a certain day, and then you can promote that through Per Diem to all your customers. And so that's something, again, you would set up on Square side, and then it will be supported on Per Diem once that's set up. Something that's been popular, it's also for restaurants, but just the ability to have third party, whether it's courier delivery through DoorDash that we offer, or whether you use another service, as some of our bakeries, Chocopan here, they're doing in-house delivery, but they outsource it to a local delivery company. So you can choose either or, and obviously delivery is, it's another channel for you that you're able to leverage to increase sales. Obviously, you're not paying the marketplace commissions when you enable delivery in the app. There's just a delivery fee that DoorDash passes, and then you have the option to pass that directly to the end user. If you did want to do in-house delivery and you had a firm that you worked with, the way that would work is we basically BCC them on the receipt emails, and you set that up under the email section in the merchant dashboard. And then the thing that you do have to do, because not everybody, because we use SMS as the primary login method when people register for the app, there is a setting that you can enable that'll make it mandatory to add an email as well. So if somebody adds an email, and the reason you need the email is for in-house delivery. If we don't have their email, we can't send the receipt. And if we can't send the receipt, then obviously we can't send it to the third party that's being BCC'd. So I guess what I'm getting to is if you want to enable in-house delivery and you didn't want to do it through DoorDash, you would need to, or it'd be highly recommended to enable the email, kind of the must-have email as part of the sign up. And so the one caveat there, just so you know, we've made the registration really seamless to the point where, you enter phone number, you get a code. So adding email does add a little bit of friction. We do have to authenticate the email, so we send a code to their email, and they just have to enter in that code. It adds a little friction. It is pretty common in other apps, but it's up to you how you want to go about that. That would not be necessary if you were enabling DoorDash and doing third party. We send those deliveries directly to DoorDash and they figure it out. And obviously promoting seasonal items. So this is popular. Obviously, Starbucks has had huge success with this. They've seen an increase of 40%. I think it's something like 25% increase in conversion rate on those items that they're offering. And so there's a number of ways to promote them. You can send out push notifications with the seasonal item. You can then highlight them and promote them on your homepage in the carousel. And yeah, obviously you can add different incentives if you want and stuff like that around that specific item, or you can set up some sort of category discount if you wanted in Square. But given that it's a seasonal item, you probably don't need to discount it, and just offering it, I think, is the big one. And so anyhow, but that's really easy to do as you add new items and want to promote them throughout the different seasons.
Hi there. Wondering how you can get your business to the next level with your own mobile app? Our white label mobile app solution allows you to provide your customers with an amazing user-friendly experience with features such as online ordering, loyalty programs, and more. You can also customize your mobile app to suit your brand, as well as synchronize with your Square point of sales seamlessly. All you have to do is click the link in the description of this video, get onboarded, and I'll see you on the other side.
So cool, I'll pause for a second before we jump in and do the demo, but just wanted to see if anyone had any questions or if there are any specific features maybe that people wanted to see. Yeah, I'll just be quiet for a second. All right, cool. Well, if there aren't, I can go ahead and start the demo. I'll start on the merchant dashboard side. I'll show how the setup happens on these different items, and then we can go in and we can see the experience on the app itself. So I will just jump into the merchant dashboard here. So here you can see we're in the merchant dashboard. Can everyone see the screen? All right, let me know if not.
Yes.
Cool. So in terms of the build a box feature, we have this box of cookies here that we added. So obviously all the items you're going to be adding in Square. But on the edit side, you're going to be able to come down here and you can see that there's on the modifier, you're going to be able to customize, and you're going to be able to say, hey, how many cookies do I want to enable in this box? And so what this is going to do, no matter how many modifiers you have, it'll cap it out. It'll make it so that people can select up to six flavors, or they can select like multiple. If you had, it's 6 items, but I wanted to get 3 chocolate or however, we enable that, but we just cap the box off at 6. So this is what you would do based on the size of the box. You'd set that max quantity under the modifier here. And then we kind of take care of the rest. You're going to have to add the modifiers that you're going to want on square side. But I'll show you in a second how then we implement this feature. Actually, why don't I just share my screen right now? And I think that'll be easier. All right, can you guys see my phone? Hopefully that's a yes.
No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
No.
Oh, you know what? Oh yeah, that's what I have to do, a different share for the phone. So let's stop and then let's share again. Let's do this.
While you're doing that, Tomer, can I just ask, will this recording be shared with everyone at the end of this
Yes,
call?
yes, it will.
Okay, because I missed the first few minutes, so I just want to
Yeah.
go back and watch.
All
Okay.
these webinars, we're recording them and we'll be posting them on YouTube too. Cool. So now
Okay, thank you.
assuming you can see my screen.
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome. So here you can see the app, and then I'm going to go in, and here we have my box of cookies. I'm going to go ahead and tap those, and you can see I did set a required modifier in square side, but then you can see the quantity 0 to 6. That's what we set on our side. So now I'm going to go in, say, you know what? I want 2 chocolate chip cookies, 2 banana cream, a s'mores, and 1 cookies and cream. If I try to go over, you can see it says 7 out of 6, and it's not letting me. So I'm going to have to remove one of them, and then I'm just going to go, oh, I removed 2. So let me do that. Now I got 6 out of 6, and now I can go in. I can see the order recap here, and pretty much it's good to go. So that'll go in, that order will go in as such. Any questions on the build a box? All right.
Can you do this with any items?
Yeah, any item that has a modifier. So if you want to if there's like topping, like, is there something you had in mind or?
No, I'm just wondering if we wanted to do some sort of like this would probably never happen, but if we wanted to do like a lunch, like some sort of lunch set, where maybe you offer a drink and maybe a sandwich and a pastry or something like that. Like, can you cross mix different categories of product, or does it all have to be within the same category of product and the same type of product?
Well, you would basically create a modifier set. So like in that scenario, maybe you create a lunch special, you create a modifier set especially. So let's say you have a total of like 12 items and you can get like 4 of those items, a soup, whatever. Or like, let's say if you had a salad and you could select 4 out of 12 ingredients in the salad, that's like something that you could enable it for as well. There might be other ways to do that in Square itself. So, but yeah, I think the point is you can do it. Um, I think the use case that we did develop it for was more like, hey, you have a box of croissants, a box of bagels, donuts, what have you, and you want to mix and match different flavors. But I think it's certainly available, if you get creative.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. So let me jump in now to the out of stock features. All right, so we're back in the dashboard and I'll close this out. So here you can see my brand muffin. It's out of stock for today only. And so the way you set this is basically you'll click on, oops, I got a bunch of stuff clicked here, but you'll click on the item, you'll mark it out of stock. And then either at a single location or at all your locations. And again, this will just mark it out of stock for today only. So, you know, a lot of like French bakeries that, hey, you're out of baguettes today, but you know tomorrow morning you're going to have baguettes, and you still want people to be able to pre-order their cup of coffee with a baguette for tomorrow, then this feature will let you do that. And so, yeah, and so that's really the out of stock feature. And thanks to Suzette now, it's also supported on the iPad. So thanks for the feedback on that, Suzette. And so in addition to that, I think something that's applicable to a lot of bakeries is our category schedules. So here, you can see you can create a schedule. You know, let's say it's my bread. I don't have any good names, but let's say or let's say it's my you know yeah, let's say bread. That's probably not realistic. We should probably say something like a grab and go. And so let's say I only make these available. Um, you know, I only want, oops, not between all business hours, but I'm gonna say, hey, this is good for only for lunch. So it's gonna be 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. every day, right? And then I can just go ahead and add that to all these items. And then basically, those items will be available in the app only during those times. And when they're not available, it'll say not available. And again, we're going to have the notification so people can set a notification when that item's available again, and we'll ping them through a push notification when the item's available. So this is something you can set up in terms of like specific categories. And then also, as I mentioned, you can use the category prep time. Here you can see we have category prep time set up for brunch and omelets, 25 and 15 minutes, even though our regular prep time is set up as 10 minutes. And so, but what I could do is if, let's say I have a 24-hour prep time, let's say on all my breads, right? I need 24 hours in advance. So I would just set the prep time to 24 hours is 1440 minutes. And so now all my breads, when I order them through the app, by default, they'll be going in for the next day. So this acts as a de facto prep time. I'm sorry, as a de facto cutoff time. And then you can also leverage, you know, so basically you're using the prep time feature to both set prep times and if you need cutoff times. If there are any questions, I'm happy to have them. Otherwise, I can quickly show how those features look like in the app. All right, let's do this again. All right, so we're back in the app. And now if I go down here, you can see these muffins that are out of stock today. We have this little message here saying, hey, by the way, it's only out of stock at this location. So you could actually go to a location where it's not out of stock. Oh, it is out. Oh, whoops, I just set that. That's weird. Let's try that again. Maybe it didn't pick that up. But anyhow, I think you guys get the point there that you would be able to go to a location. I think it just didn't refresh the app. Let's try that. Or we might have to fix that feature. So here we can see, yeah, it didn't get it, but I think you guys get the point there. There might be a little corresponding issue, but the idea is we would let you know where that item is available. And you can see it's out of stock for today only. For this app, I don't have scheduled orders on, but if I did have scheduled orders, I could go to tomorrow and basically order the bran muffin with my cup of coffee and get it pre-ordered for tomorrow. In addition to that, if we go down to our breads, you can see here how we do support the counts from Square. So we can see we have 4 left of this item. And if I go ahead and I do purchase that item, oh, now you can see because we just added that 24-hour prep time, now this is telling me that, hey, this item's going to be available tomorrow at 2:28 p.m., exactly 24 hours from now. And then it's going to double confirm. And then that order will go through. And because that quantity is set from Square's side, we'll get that. Let's try and refresh. Oops, sorry. And basically, and so that's on the bread. Now you can see there's 3 left there. It did need to get a little update on that. So that's how that works. And then you can see if you mark an item as out of stock, like this waffle witch, and you can see here, oh, it is available. Obviously, Washington, D.C. wouldn't be really if I'm in New York, but same deal. We can go here, and now you can see, yes, this is available. So, you know, assuming that you weren't in a different state or a different city, and maybe you had another store nearby, then that would be relevant. So I'll stop for a second on that one, and I'll jump back in. Any questions or thoughts? All right, I'll go back and. All right, so now jumping into the subscriptions, creating a new subscription plan is pretty easy. So if you wanted to do like a Panera Sip Club type of thing and say like, hey, unlimited drip coffee, and so you could set that up. You could set this up as either a weekly, every other week, however you want the subscription to happen. And so just so you know, we are leveraging Square's subscription service to do this. So all the subscriptions are processed through Square. And so let's say for here, we want to do it weekly. It's going to be $15 a week. We want it available at all our locations. And so we're going to be giving, you know, unlimited drip. Let's do it every 3 hours. You can get, you know, a limit of 3 per day, and per week you can get a max of, let's say, 15. No discounts on modifiers needed. And then we don't have drip coffee here, but you know, we can make believe and say like, okay, this is our drip coffee. And so basically it's available. And then I think where this is applicable to, you know, obviously I don't think you're going to give away your baked goods for free. You could create one, you know, where you get a certain amount of baked goods too. But if we're following the Panera path, then, you know, we can say, hey, you can actually go in here and say, hey, let's add all of our muffins to this subscription, and let's give all these muffins, you know, 20% off. And so then obviously that creates a nice thing where once you're a part of this unlimited drip club, you also get 20% off all our muffins. And so that's kind of baked in. And so when I'm in the app and I'm subscribed to that, then I'll get 20% off. So let me save that. Add one more subscription here, and then I will go, I'll stop again, and then I'll reshare from the app. All right, so I'm going to kill the app just for a second and go back in just so that subscription loads. All right. And so in order to, oh, here we can see I'm already in this unlimited tea subscription. Here I'll be able to view all the items. I get this chai, and then I get these discounted items on the muffins. So I'm going to go in now. I'll go and order. Here's my chai drink. And then I will go. Oh, you know what? Is this at the wrong location? Let's try this. Yes, so that was just, sorry, this subscription is only set up in our LA location. So if I go now to the chai, here you can see I get 100% off. It's free. Awesome. And then when I go to the muffins, and I'm going to get, and then you can see we're going to calculate that at checkout. Cool. And under my discount, I'll see exactly what I'm getting, and I'm just going to go and check out. Oops. There we go. Cool. And as long as we're in here, I think I have this set up in Brooklyn, but I also have, let me cancel my subscription now. Oh, I wonder if this will, we also, thing is we don't apply multiple, but I do have a buy one, get one free that I set up on the back end in Square. I want to see if, so here you can see I set up on Square a BOGO Wednesday deal. So this I mentioned in the category discounts. So here for all my muffins, you buy one, get one free. So the same deal, I add 2 muffins, and it's buy one, get one free. You can see the discount there, and then I would just check out. So you could do that, as I mentioned, like Chip City, they do buy 5, get one free, and what have you. In terms of the delivery, here you can see it's simply a tab in the app, and you would select your address. And yeah, you can enable either in-house delivery, or you can enable through DoorDash. Delivery orders do need to be a minimum of $20. That's a Square requirement. And you can see here, we get this typically from DoorDash. It's going to be longer than that usually. And the delivery fee, we have it set up on the back end as a flat $2.99, and we're adding oh no, we're not adding any. You can also add on deliveries, like if you wanted to discount the delivery and charge a flat fee for it, like we're doing here, instead of the default DoorDash fee, you could also enable a service fee on deliveries. I'm going to go ahead and check out with this delivery. All right, so we can see like the prompt here is a little bit different. We don't have the map. And then, this is a new feature that we just added where you can also get extra points. It's a part of kind of Square loyalty, a little gamification. So we're still kind of working on, I didn't win anything today, shoot. So here, though, I'll be able to see the order. When it is picked up by DoorDash, you'll see a map here with a live tracker. And so you'll be able to see where the delivery person is, the ETA, and all that. And obviously, you can call them. You'll also get a notification from DoorDash letting you know that, hey, your delivery is coming, and then you can track your delivery through the app. Oh, I have it set up through Uber, but same deal. Cool. So that's how delivery works. Any questions? All right. And then, yeah, so just last thing, I'll just show you guys where we set that up. So in the dashboard itself, we have this delivery section down here. You can see it was defaulted to Uber Eats, so that's why it was there. But by default, we do use DoorDash. But if you were to use in-house, same deal, you can set that up here. This is where we're marking it as $2.99, and we can say, hey, we can waive it over 100. Or what most people do is they push the entire delivery fee to the end user. The $2.99 deal, what you can do, as I mentioned, you can set up different fees. So for instance, on delivery, you can say, hey, charge a 15% fee. You can waive that. So that's where maybe doing a flat lower cost, so you can kind of compete with the marketplaces. They always promote, free delivery and stuff like that. So you can lower your delivery fee, but then you can charge this service fee. So that's some way to manage that on the back end. The buy one, get one free stuff, that's all set up on Square. So if you're to go into Square, you basically go into, I think it's items in order, or maybe it's, where are those discounts? I'm pretty sure there's, let's see. There is a place in Square where you can set discounts. I'm blanking at the moment. Maybe it's under items. There we go. And so this is where you go and set up those, you know, buy one, get one frees and all that stuff, the category discounts. Yeah, so, okay, so here we can see our BOGO Wednesday. And I just set that up. I think, you know, again, all this is done through Square, but the point is that all these features are, you know, once you enable these, they're supported in the app as well. So yes,